The bustling interstellar hub of Zephyr Station hummed with activity, a chorus of starship engines, clanging cargo containers, and alien chatter filling the vast docking bays. Ethan Varrick, a human single father and shuttle mechanic, wiped grease from his hands and scanned the latest repairs. Life had been a delicate balance since the accident that claimed his wife. Raising his daughter Lyra alone meant long hours, patience, and more sandwiches than he could count. Today, however, the usual rhythm of repairs was disrupted by a small commotion near the docking bay cafe. A peculiar figure caught Ethan's attention. A young dragon-like alien girl, her scales a pale cerulean that shimmered under the station's lights, crouched on the floor, tears streaming down her elongated snout. Her wings were folded tightly, her tail curled protectively, and her hands trembled as she tried to wipe her face. Most passers-by ignored her, moving around with polite avoidance, muttering about troublesome creatures or station disruptions. But Ethan, guided by instinct and compassion, knelt beside her. "Hey," he said softly, careful not to startle her. "What's wrong?" The girl sniffled, blinking up at him with golden eyes full of sorrow. She tried to speak, but only a pitiful, quivering sound escaped, a weak attempt at words that seemed incomprehensible. Ethan realized immediately that she couldn't articulate her feelings well, much less defend herself from the indifference of a crowded station. I have no food," she finally managed, her voice a rasp, each word like smoke from a distant fire. Ethan's heart tightened. "No food? Well, I have a sandwich," he said, patting his lunch bag. "Here. You can have it." The dragon girl's eyes widened. She hesitated, then reached out with tentative claws. Ethan carefully handed her the sandwich. Her small hands, scaled but delicate, trembled as she took it. As she ate, her tail flicked anxiously, and tears continued to fall, though more slowly. "What's your name?" Ethan asked gently. "Lyra. Dragonkin," she whispered, almost inaudible. Ethan chuckled softly. "Hey, that's my daughter's name too. Small world, huh?" By now a small crowd had gathered, some curious, others whispering disapproval. That's when a larger shadow approached, her mother. A towering dragon woman, scales deep crimson and eyes like molten gold, descended gracefully. She exuded authority, her wings spread wide, creating a commanding silhouette. Her gaze fixed on Ethan. At first Ethan tensed. He had no idea how a dragon parent might react to a human giving their child food. He had prepared himself for glare, reprimand, or worse. But the dragon mother did something unexpected. She paused, observing Ethan and the sandwich in Lyra's hands. Then, slowly, she lowered herself to eye level with the girl, her wings folding gently. "Thank you," she said, her voice deep and resonant, shaking the air like distant thunder. It wasn't anger. It wasn't accusation. It was gratitude. "You listened. You saw her when others ignored. You offered kindness." Ethan blinked. You're welcome," he said, unsure if he was misinterpreting her tone. The mother's eyes softened. Many overlook the smallest of gestures, yet they are the most powerful. She glanced at Lyra. You see, she has always been sensitive. The world is loud, chaotic, and unyielding to creatures like her. Few stop to understand. Lyra, still chewing, looked between Ethan and her mother, a mixture of relief and surprise on her face. "He gave me food," she managed to say, her voice trembling. The dragon mother nodded. "And it mattered. More than you know." From that moment, a bond formed between Ethan, Lyra, and her mother, the Lara. Ethan, who had spent his life repairing starships, found himself navigating a new realm, helping a dragon girl navigate a human-dominated station, teaching her small but vital survival skills, and, surprisingly, learning from her about resilience, perception, and courage. Over the following days, Ethan helped Lyra integrate into station life. He showed her how to read star charts, use docking protocols, and interact safely with human technology. Lyra, in turn, taught him patience in new ways, her heightened senses noticing hazards and nuances he would have otherwise overlooked. Their partnership was not without challenges. Other station inhabitants were wary of Lyra, some openly mocking her scales, her wings, and her dragon-like features. Ethan taught her strategies to deal with ridicule, humor, confidence, and quiet dignity. He also introduced her to his daughter Lyra, who immediately bonded with the dragon girl. Together, the two Lyras explored the station, laughing, learning, and finding joy amidst the metallic corridors. However, their peaceful integration faced an unexpected crisis. A malfunction in the station's docking array caused several freighters to lose orientation, drifting dangerously close to the central reactor. Alarms blared, warning lights flashed, and chaos erupted. Ethan immediately assessed the situation. We have a critical overload. If these freighters collide with the reactor, the entire station could be destroyed. The Lara stepped forward, her presence commanding yet calm. Allow me to assist, she said. Her golden eyes locked with Ethan's. I will follow your guidance. Ethan quickly devised a plan. Lyra Dragonkin, using her strength and dexterity, would secure the freighter's stabilizers manually. The Lara, with her powerful wings and ability to manipulate energy fields, would redirect excess power from the failing docking clamps. Ethan coordinated from the control panels, rerouting station systems and recalibrating energy flows. The three moved with precise synchronization. Lyra Dragonkin climbed along the freighters, manually adjusting thrusters and connecting emergency stabilizers. The Lara extended her wings, projecting a protective energy barrier to absorb impacts. Ethan's fingers flew over the controls, his mind calculating complex trajectories in real time. Minutes stretched into eternity. Sparks flew, alarms screamed, and sweat dripped from Ethan's brow. Yet, under pressure, the trio excelled. Slowly, the freighter stabilized, engines humming steadily, and the central reactor's warning lights dimmed. When the crisis ended, the station erupted in applause. Crew members, engineers, and even skeptical observers cheered for the unexpected heroes. Ethan, breathing heavily, looked at the two Lyras. Lyra Dragonkin smiled shyly, her tail flicking nervously but proudly. Thalara's golden eyes met his, nodding in silent approval and gratitude. You saved lives, the Lara said, her deep voice carrying reverence. Your kindness, your guidance, your willingness to see her. It changed everything. Ethan shook his head, humbled. We did it together. From that day onward, Lyra Dragonkin's life changed dramatically. No longer ignored, she became a respected figure in the station. She assisted with starship repairs, contributed to engineering projects, and became a symbol of courage and resilience. Her mother, the Lara, continued to oversee her integration, ensuring that she remained safe, confident, and empowered. Ethan, meanwhile, became a mentor not only to Lyra Dragonkin but to other young beings on the station who were overlooked or underestimated. He taught that small gestures like offering a sandwich to a crying child could ripple outward, changing lives, forging alliances, and even preventing disasters. Years later, standing on the observation deck of Zephyr Station, Ethan watched shuttles glide gracefully into docking bays, their lights reflecting in the void. Lyra Dragonkin flew alongside him, her wings extended in confidence, her scales glimmering like starlight. The Lara joined them, proud and serene. You did more than I could have imagined, Ethan signed, his gestures fluent and precise after years of practice with the Dragon Girl. Lyra Dragonkin smiled, signing back. We did it together. Thalara's deep eyes shimmered with pride. You showed that empathy, courage, and small acts of kindness can transform lives. A human, a sandwich, and a willingness to listen. Who could have imagined the change it would bring? In the quiet hum of the station, amidst the glow of lights and the steady rhythm of starships, a profound truth became clear. Sometimes the smallest gestures, an act of kindness, a moment of attention, a simple sandwich, can reshape the universe. Ethan had given food to a crying dragon girl. He had listened, guided, and believed. And in return he witnessed courage, brilliance, and a legacy of resilience unfold before his eyes. And in the vastness of space, on a bustling station among countless worlds, the story of a human dad, a dragon girl, and a simple act of compassion became legend. A reminder that the greatest change often begins with the smallest of gestures.